We have been using version control to keep track of files, specifically plain text files, and kind of other files too, but mainly plain text files. One of the things that we looked at with Git was taking a look at what changes we had actually made to the files using git diff. Git diff showed us this output that described the differences between the files that we had on our system. Git diff is actually using a kind of another tool to help us accomplish this. Internally, it's doing its own thing, but it's using this idea of a diff file. Diff is a tool that has been around for a long time, decades, and diff is a program that we can run in the command line to be able to compare plain text files to each other. So the way that we run diff on the command line, this is from the Crazy Directories project. If I run diff on the command line, what I'm going to do is I have to pass it two file names. These are the two files that I wanted to compare. So I'm going to compare two bananas files, b5s and then lowercase bananas.md and b5s uppercase bananas, or this mixed case bananas.md. The output that we see from this looks kind of cryptic, but this is about what Git is putting out for us when it prints Git, when we get output from Git diff. This output basically says there's one line that has been changed in the file that was on the right. So 1C1, the first one here corresponds to this file on the right, or on the left side, I'm sorry, of the command. It says that this file has a line that has been changed on line 1 to the line 1 that's on the file that's on the right. Then it has some arrows here. It says that on the file that's on the left, this is what the line is. And then there's a dash, dash, dash between it. So kind of like the way that grep inserts these separators sometimes, diff inserts these separators for us. And then it says the file that's on the right has this line. Then there's another entry here that says on line 4 of the file that's on the left, and on line 4 that's on the file that's on the right, there's two different lines. So there's a change here for C. And then the arrow here says on the file that's on the left, this is what we've got. And on the file that's on the right, this is what we've got. We can pass an option to diff to make it look a little bit more like what Git produces, which is the -u command. And this is going to be much more like what you're seeing with Git diff. And the output is kind of the same. It says here that we've deleted one line that's on the file that's on the left, and we've added one line that's on the file that's on the right. And the difference now is we're not just pointing at things with arrows. We're now saying this line was deleted and this line was added. The diff-u option is basically saying, how do I go from this file to this file? And to go from this file to this file, I have to delete this line and add this line. And then there's another change here. I need to insert a line and delete a line. So line 4, I need to remove, and then on line 4, I need to add. So I need to delete this line, this is line 4, and then I need to add this line, this is line 4. Parsing the output of this is not actually super important in terms of what we're thinking about. What we really want to see with this is, one, that we can run the diff command. Two, that this is yet another command where we can change its behavior by passing these dash-based options. And this is really, really common with command line tools in general. But also it gives us a little bit of an idea of how to inspect and take a look at and interpret the kind of output that Git diff is providing to us.